You have a head coach in Brad Stevens who didn't receive any votes for Coach of the Year, but it feels like the media wants to give him credit for getting his team this far. And then I've seen some recent comments, including one by the former Celtic Robert Parrish, like, hey, we're giving him way too much credit here. He hadn't won anything. So where do we stand with Brad Stevens' role with Boston's success?
Well, I mean, he's a great coach, and he puts guys in a great position. But I feel like it's a little demeaning when people don't give credit to the players. Like, as good as of a coach as Brad Stevens is, like, when you have guys that defend the way that these guys defend, and maybe give a lot of credit to Brad and his coaching staff for teaching these guys like how to defend and how not to overreact to certain things. And all he has to do is focus on, putting guys in a position to be successful without compromising their weaknesses. And he does a really good job with that. But I think it's a little disrespectful to the players when they win. All the credit goes to Brad. The credit should go to the players who do the work day in and day out.
Well, how about Danny Ainge, who brought all these players in?
Sure,
does he deserve more credit than Brad Stevens does?
No, I mean, I think in the Celtic organization, you can look from ownership down. Ownership has to sign off on an Isaiah trade for Kyrie Irving. They have to know that Kyrie Irving is going to be a $37, $38 million a year player somewhere down the road, and that you're giving up a pick. Danny Ainge has to convince them, no, this is the way to go. Kyrie's a special player. Danny Ainge has to sign off. The ownership has to sign off on trading away, your two Hall of Fame players who just brought a championship for, all these Brooklyn picks that are coming your way. So, then you got to pick the right guys along the way and get scrutinized for not making a Jimmy Butler trade at the trade deadline, and by the national media that Danny Ainge is making the wrong moves by not making moves. And so everyone has to be on the same page. And whether the move is right or wrong, ownership's going to back Ainge is going to back Stevens, and Stevenson is going to back both those guys. So it's hard to win in the NBA, especially if you don't have like the Kevin Durant's and the LeBrons, or go down the list, Kawhi Leonard, whoever. But if you definitely got to be on the same page, and I think right now the Celtics, more than most organizations, seem to be all locked in together with the same goals in mind.
For more Dan Patrick Show, tune to Audience Channel 239 on DirecTV or download the Dan Patrick Show app.